Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickel is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickel.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. I'm Kelly Brickel, and Happy New Year. We are in 2026. It's been the first Psychic Hour episode. I played a little bit of catch up. I've been healing up for a couple of days. I've been sick. So everybody, thank you for being here. And we have the wonderful Jennifer Rose on today. She's a friend. She's a wonderful psychic medium and healer herself. And we're going to be talking about healing and health and New Year wellness. So that's the topic of the day. If you'd like to talk along with us, please join in the comments. We do take questions. We're not doing readings, but we are taking questions about energy and health. And yes, all things kind of within the metaphysical realm. That's fair game, but we're focusing on those issues. So I'm going to bring her in just a second. I'm going to say hello to everybody who's here with us. So earlier, Arnie was saying hello, waving to Arnie. Evelyn, hello. And we started just a tad bit later because the other broadcast, Karen's broadcast before, it was glitching and we finally got off the ground. I was so happy, but we had to wait for it to stop, and then we started this one. It's the New Year hustle bustle. It's the New Year hustle bustle. So hello. Sherry, she says she's from Canada. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Ed. Tipping the hat off to you too as well. Sharing the love. Hello, Tawny. Hello. Yes, thank you for the Happy New Year. Arnie, a long hello to you. An expansive hello. Hello. Hello, Rose. Hello, Kim. Great to see you, Kim. Hello, Vivian. Aloha. And thank you for the Happy New Year before that, Vivian. You sent me a Happy New Year. Hello, Tammy, Texas Desert Rose. Hello, I love that name. Thank you, Rose. I'm still getting my energy back. As you can tell, I'm a little soft-spoken. I'm coming back online. Hello, Jennifer McCormick. Hello, Happy New Year to you too. Hello. Evelyn's back in the house. Hello, Charlene. Hello. Hello, Virgie Den. Hello. Hello, June. Thank you, everybody, for being here and all the warm welcomes. I think I'm going to bring in Jennifer in just a... Jennifer, are you good to come on in? I see her backstage. I think she's like posting back there. She is. Okay. Because we have an event that we're going to be doing together with Nancy Muratala and Lynn. And that's coming up in just a couple days. So I think we're going to talk about that for a second, as well as just give some hellos and kind of away we'll go with just the natural discussion. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Jennifer. Hello, Mandy.
Hey, everyone. Hi, Kelly. Yeah. It says I'm live on Jennifer Rose, but then when I go on my medium Jennifer Rose, it says I'm not live. So I was very confused there. So I don't know if my page is working. Hi, everyone. Happy New Year.
It's showing for me that you're live on both.
Yeah, I know. And when I was on my medium page, it said no. So I was like, well, that's very confusing. So
well, let me look. Let me go to your
yeah,
medium.
let's just hope for the best here.
It says you're live.
I know.
I see you.
But then
I can see you on your wall, and I can see you in your live circle. So it's working.
And I'm getting no red circle from my business page. I can't see it at all. So that's awful odd. So if anyone sees me, let me know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Girl, I see you. I see you on your business
I know,
page.
but I can't see me. I can only see me. I can't see me.
Oh, I can't see you on your regular business page, Jennifer Rose. But is that what you're saying?
No, I can
Oh,
see myself on my Medium page, and I cannot see me on my. I can see myself on
yeah.
my Medium page, and but not on my Jennifer page. And then on my Jennifer page, I can see both. It's very
Well, then
confusing.
I'm gonna take you off and just why don't you just reconnect yourself?
Okay.
There
Hi,
we go.
everyone. Okay.
Just reconnect.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess while she's doing that really quick, I'll just say, let's see, Evelyn, I think we're all having a time getting back online. Yeah, we're starting up the new year, everybody. Thanks for your patience. It's really apparent in multiple technology area everywhere, life area. Hello. Evelyn saying hello to you.
Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, we're working now. Okay.
And people
Okay.
say they can,
Should
okay,
go to
people, yeah,
Jennifer. Yeah. So there's a little glitch there too. So we can't help if StreamYard isn't wanting to behave properly. They need a timeout.
so they
StreamYard
can,
needs a timeout.
that's right. Streamer does need a timeout.
Okay.
So,
All
with
right.
that,
We're
hello,
good.
Bonnie. Okay,
Ooh.
so I guess like a quick little announcement, we are doing an event on Sunday, the 11th, 111, January 11th. And that's at 12:30. We should have made it 1 o'clock, right? I think we tried to. I think we couldn't though originally.
Yeah.
But at 12:30, and we're going to be doing afternoon of mediumship and psychic messages. And so it is really fun when we all come together. It takes planning, and we can feel it in the air. It's almost like, can you feel like the energy is like so heavy, even though it's so beautiful when we actually just do our thing. So I'm telling you, within this work, even though we want to do things, the energy of doing things make you go, okay, how focused are you? Do you really want it? Do you really want to do this? And I'm like, of course. Why is it so hard?
Well, we're all just recovering, I think, from all the holidays too. So I know I'm still recovering. So just hi Ed, how you doing, my friend? Hi Vivian, hi June, hi Kim Princess.
Hi,
Hello, friends.
Mary.
Hello. Good to see you all.
You have multiple people saying hi to you.
Hi
Heads up.
Mandy. Hi. Thank you for the love. Yay. I love
Fun.
love. Hi Evelyn. Hi Jen.
Oh, Ronnie's here. Hey,
Hey
Ronnie.
Ronnie. There's my
Okay,
man Ronnie. Okay.
let's
Hi
see.
Arnie.
Hello, Tammy.
Hi Tammy Tam.
Let me see. I'm trying to.
That's Tammy Terrell.
Tammy
That
Terrell.
yeah. That's her other page. Texas Desert Rose is so cool. Woohoo!
Shout out to
Guys,
astrologer Tammy Rose.
woohoo. Are you
Tammy
guys
Terrell. We call her Texas.
yeah.
Desert.
So cool because she's named her name is there is another Tammy Terrell who's a singer from back in the day, and then our Tammy sings as well too. So isn't that interesting?
There's similar
Yeah,
names bring out similar traits. It's a thing.
it is
It's
interesting.
really a
Yeah,
thing.
I think the Tammy Terrell from back in the day went out with Marvin Gaye, if I remember. If I've got my music facts correct. Someone correct me if I don't. But hi Patty, good to see you. Hi Vicky. So are we
Hello.
ready to have an awesome, hi Lorraine, awesome 2026, everybody? Like make it your best. Hi Charlene. Okay.
She's saying hello. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
her.
Okay. I got my right. Thank you, Tammy. They must have been a sexy couple, if you can imagine.
A lot of good energy. Yeah. Energy
Mhm.
exchange. Uh, hello, Christine. Hello. So, hello, me and my shadow. Hello. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm ready for it to be the best year ever. I feel like even though it's been slow going, I'm relaxing my nervous system. And so we're kind of talking about energy and health. I know that um me changing my energy, because there's things we do occasionally, but can we make ourselves be that all the time? So I'm trying to definitely have more sleep and go slower and just be in a different state, and that takes like a whole pause, not just a daily pause. That takes like an in-depth pause. So my body for over a week has just been pausing, and I'm just like, wow, I really need this much of a pause in order to like cultivate this. And yes, absolutely. How are you feeling, Jennifer?
Yeah, kind of the same. I mean, I've cut back on events kind of for the end of December and January, and I'll pick those back up in February. But I'm doing a lot of other infrastructure things that need to get finished. So my new website's almost done. So thank God for Lori Smith, y'all. Y'all know her. Yeah, she's helping me finally finish and getting it. So we're down to the last few little nuts and bolts, and so I'm really excited about that. But that's been a long, never ending project. So, but things like that I'm trying to get finished too. But trying to find the balance of taking time to just go to the beach if they're weather permitting. It's been a little bit rainy on and off here. I think we're finally done with the rain spell for a little while. But and just hang with family, or watch a movie, something. Like sometimes we need to do those things to just like recharge our battery, focus on health. But that's a big thing. So yeah, we're ready for 2026. Exactly. So how do we make it the best?
Well, 2026 like is a fire horse year, so it's kind of funny
Mhm.
how like some of us are coming into it so slowly. Can anyone else kind of let us know how you feel with 2026 energy? Is it slow for you? Is it fast for you? Is it a new vibration where you feel like there's something different? It's really important to kind of comment on energy, like globally, individually, for us to really understand what this is on another level. It's super important to talk about it like that. Talk about it like that. That's why we open up the
Mhm.
discussion really for something that seems so simple, but it's really not. It's like, wow, how does it feel?
Yeah, exactly. And
How
last,
Ed,
I know, flush the cosmic. Exactly. Uh, um, last year in 2025, there was no rest. Like usually there's a little bit of a lull in our community and our business, the work we do. There's this little bit of a lull that happens in January, and there was not last year. It was full steam ahead. And so it feels kind of like we've got our little lull. We've got a little bit of a quieting down before it picks back up. But the horse is all about go, right? It's all about, and it's got fire in it. So that's energy. That's a lot of energy. So where are we going to get all of the energy? So that's a good segue. Where are we going to get all the energy for all of this, outward expansion and dynamic creation and everything that's going, right? Because this is all about like moving forward, moving ahead after all of this, snakes shedding of the old self and so forth too. And last night, I got to go see Duran Duran last night, and I was really close to the stage, and it was a lot of fun. But I noticed something really important. Besides, it's important to play and have fun, and let these little dreams come true too. Oh my God, that was so much fun. And I'm a little tired because I stayed up really late. But these guys in the band are like in their late 60s, and they require energy to be able to go on tour and dance around the stage and keep a whole entire big stadium of people, entertained, right? And then to do this in multiple places and travel in between. We know how exhausting traveling can be in different time zones and everything like this, and so I noticed that, and I thought, well, this is a good thing to talk about. Hi, Nancy. There's our girl. This is a good thing to talk about. I noticed, I was like, this would be a good thing to talk about on my live with Kelly, because if these guys can do it at their age, so can we. Like they're in their late 60s. They look good. I know, right? They look good. They have good energy. They're fit. So it was very clear that they take care of their wellness, their health and their wellness. And that, they're very kind of mind, body, spirit people. And it's like, if we do that too, we don't necessarily need to be rock stars dancing around on stage and singing and all of that kind of stuff, but to have that kind of energy for whatever we're doing in our life. How do we do that?
I think that's a great thing. Like please, like people talk about how you maintain your health. Like we're definitely gonna shift our way in. Really quick, I have to acknowledge people talking about the New Year energy. And I want to say hi to Hardy. Hardy, if you're in here still, hello, great to see you. Hardy was saying it's motivating and forward moving energy for me, and I feel like that's what people are feeling, and a lot of people are saying they're like having to catch up, but they feel the motivation, they feel the newness, and it feels like really, really good. Um, uh, let's see, like Tammy, new beginnings and fire, but my feelings need to catch up. And Kim Princess, it's slow, and I hate to say, I feel weird and not like myself. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I've heard a lot of that. Mary
Yeah.
says, yes, things are changing fast. There was
Yeah.
another one. Evelyn, I kind of feel the same, however, just flowing with it, being my highest light and not stressing over the supposed tos. And from Jennifer, I didn't even know we had a Mars Cassini today. That means like when Mars is really close
Yikes.
to the sun. Mars Cassini, that's an astrology term.
Yeah.
Mars Cassini has wiped me out today. I've had a cheeky snooze. Really bad headache for a few days now. Yes, has gone so fast already this month. Yeah, I've had head stuff too, but I've just been really tired. But I'm like really, I feel positive though, even though I'm really tired. Like a lot of people feel really good.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if anyone
Yeah.
is
There
talking about.
definitely is change coming. I felt it because, every once in a while I'm in that one of those very altered states and I'm just like, shift is coming. Yep. It's coming. You can feel it.
Shift is coming,
Yeah.
and so since shift is coming, Kim, it doesn't have to be the perfect plan,
Mhm.
but put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jennifer, you went to Duran, and that was one of your plans, for, the
Oh, so
funness.
fun. Oh my God. They're so good. So good. So good. Uh,
Let's see, Nancy. Hello, Nancy again.
New Year
New
energy.
Year
What the
energy.
fuck? I'm like, tell the energy universe, we are officially out of 2025.
You feel lingering effects. Uh-oh, you know.
There's been a lot of WTFs around, I think. A lot of us are like, sorry,
Yes.
I said that out loud.
It's
We are
okay. Like
officially, we're out of
I'm trying to clear
2025.
out the lingering effects too.
Yeah, I know, right? There's a little move
Um,
over. Ed's laughing with Nancy. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and so sometimes these little altered states is like we're really feeling ourselves, but we're also feeling each other and we're feeling collective as well. So and it's always going to be that way. Separation is really an energetic illusion as much as we try very much. And it never hurts to, like maintain like the energetic hygiene and setting the intentions and so forth like that to help keep things nice and clear. But the reality is we are all connected, and it's this big giant web of interconnectivity. So what we do, we don't have a lot of control about what other people do, but what we do affects what other people do to a certain extent. And it affects the collective to a certain extent. So we actually have a power in that kind of sense is what we do for ourselves is what I'm saying will have an effect on others as well in some kind of way. We might not be able to see it right away, but it does because we're all connected. So it kind of has to be. That makes sense. I'm glad you're all having a good laugh over it. You guys are having fun.
Nancy's bringing some good vibes to the comment section. Thank you, Nancy. We all
Yeah.
need it. Yeah, a lot of people are tired and slow going but motivated, and I do think like we're going to help each other get out of that funk, even if we're still in it. Some people
Right.
are already out of it. They're just like, I'm ready for the new year. But um, yeah, it takes work. I think that's something not to be afraid of. I think a lot of times we feel resistance and we think, oh, this is not for me, or this year, I don't know, or I guess it's not meant, I guess it's not meant to be, right? And I mean, here we all are, and I'm just very transparent about it. I mean, we're having a wonderful event on Sunday. I'm really excited. Everyone's really excited. Jennifer's really excited. Nancy's really excited. I know Lynn's very excited. And we all are like, whoa, the energy's heavy. And we don't think like, I guess that means we shouldn't do it. We're like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to have a great time. But like, everybody hang in there. You know what I mean? So you got to trust. You got to trust and just take really good care of yourself as you are transitioning to get there.
Yeah, it's important. It's really important. And you all know I'm very gentle in my approach about how I word things. And when we're talking about like transformation and um, our relationships and how we see the world and how we evolve and so forth too. But just to be just a little less just to be a little less gentle, just a little bit less gentle. I noticed something when I was visiting Fran over at the it was a nursing home slash rehab. So if you're in there for rehab, you're just there temporarily. You're there temporarily to heal from like an injury, like maybe you've had a hip replacement or you've had a fall or something like that, right? Something's happened. But then there are people that are there long term too. And I noticed the emotional toll and the financial toll that it takes on the family members who are caring for the patients who are there. And it got me thinking about myself and my family and the people that I love and the people that I care about, my friends and anybody that I'm closely connected to. And I thought, not only do I have, a responsibility to myself to take care of me. I've been given this one body by God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it, right? And I know I need to take care of it just to have the energy and the stamina to do the work that I do. But it's also an act of self-love for me, and it's responsibility to take care of the gift I've been given. And I take that very seriously, but I've had to cultivate that understanding over time to maintain it because it can be easy to slip into not that. But then I realized how I take care of myself affects the people that I care about, not only in a very literal 3D sense of the word, like what they will be, potentially if something were to happen to me, how it would affect them. So taking care of my health, making sure you have life insurance, making sure you have health insurance, making sure you have plans and things like that, making sure somebody knows how to take care of your stuff if you're not around or you can't do it, those kinds of things and how they can access things, right? That's all like the 3D. But it's going to affect them emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually, too. So how can we prepare that to make that not as hard for other people, right? And then on a spiritual quantum level, like we were saying, we're all so energetically connected that I know that how I take care of me is also going to affect the people that I'm in very close connection to because we're energetically, psychically connected, right? And so and more than we realize, everybody too. And I'm aware of that just because I'm so empathic and I can feel so much stuff from people I'm close to, right? And so it's brought all of this awareness very recently, awareness of like what a big deal it is to do this because it's a gift to yourself. It's an act of self-love. It's a gift to spirit. And it's a gift to all the people that you care about and to the collective, because if we want to make the collective better and we don't like how it looks, the most power we have is to clean up our part of it and make it the best, because then that can have a rippling and kind of radiating effect out everybody. So a little less gentle, but still gentle, but something I would put out there as a consideration to just kind of really have one of those moments of clarity and groundedness and embodiment of like really thinking about that of the other people around you too. So thank you for letting me say that. Thank you, Ed.
It's important. I just really want to say hello to Jennifer Lee. She was in here.
Hi,
Hello,
Jen.
Linda. Hello. And Michael Zinn popped in.
Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael. And also Alicia Ray. Hey, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
Nice to see you,
Thanks
Alicia.
for coming. Thank you. I love talking about this stuff, and I hope that people will enjoy listening to because I have a background in health and wellness, and by the way, we're not a substitute for doctors, et cetera, too. But I have a personal training certificate from back in the day when I was much younger, and I was always avid into nutrition and things. So it's something that is very important to me too, and I know it's important to you as well, Kelly. And so that's why we're a good couple to talk about this on this one too. And but I hope that if you guys have any questions, let us know. Maybe we can offer some suggestions from simple ways to just get started on how to be healthier, or if you're like wanting to know like more advanced stuff too, like let us know. We might be able to help.
Well, some of we have a utilization that we constantly are. I can't speak all of a sudden. What I'm trying to say is we're both passionate in it, and we live our lives within wellness. And honestly, like I couldn't be doing what I'm doing without, integrating these things for my health. Absolutely not. And then I have to like change and move things around and learn, what I need for that month or that year. And sure, we're not perfect. The reason sometimes why we're doing what we're doing to help us to have energy is because we have a deficit in another area. So we might have to have a little bit more support, or we have to give ourselves a lot of healing or a lot of time in a certain area. And it's not because we're doing something wrong. It's because, we've all just as humans, being alive with something that's happened to us or something we've experienced, like we have things within our energy that I'm going to say don't always work properly. It could be how we manage emotions. It could be how we use our knee. It could be how we smile. It could be how we are motivated, how we view life. There should be ease in all departments. We're human. Absolutely not are there ease in all departments. Look at the state of the world. And really, what Jennifer said is, it comes back onto us and healing, because just meeting somebody, you go, oh, I love their energy. I feel so happy around you. I feel so motivated around you. Well, that person did something with their energy where they cultivated a state, and now it's within you too. And we all share energy. So people think it's not that big of a deal. It's a huge deal. And in order for us to do events, it could be online events or in-person events. So we're just talking about our jobs now, and we all have jobs to do. We all have a purpose. So it's important for you to cultivate and find yours. If we didn't take care of ourselves, we wouldn't be able to show up the day of the event. We wouldn't be able to, we wouldn't even have the proper energy to do it. And it is very natural as you are coming into this work, or even deeper within this work, for things to come up right before the event, because the energy fluctuates and teaches us so much about ourselves and so much about the people at the event we're going to be even working with. So it's bonkers, just working with energy in general. You have to take care of yourself. You have to. And if you don't, energy will teach you to, and it will start by making things very wonky and topsy-turvy.
Yeah. We don't want to get to the point where we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And if we are at that point, that's okay too. But then let's start with baby steps of getting ourselves out of sick and tired mode. Let's go from existing to really living, And I had, my what I call my living NDE with my battle with anemia a few years ago too, and it literally sucked the life out of me. And I didn't even know the doctor couldn't even believe I was still functioning. But I think that was because I was spiritual, and so spirit would kind of give me power, give me energy, right? But it's not their job to keep feeding me all the time. It's my job to take care of my energy and to build up keep my own battery alive. And we often think too spiritually that the more we're up in the ethers, that's a better place for us to be. But the power is within our energetic system. And if we think of our bodies as just, as just tissue, it's more than that, because while we're in this body, we have an energetic system that's connected to it, because we're electrical, chemical, biochemical beings in addition to spiritual beings, right? There is electricity, there's energy there, right? And so to utilize it, we have to be in our body, like be more grounded in our body and actually do grounding. Like all of those things help a lot. And I know some of you may be thinking like, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money to do those things, like to buy organic over regular, or to find the time to, go start an exercise program. But then my question would be like, what would cost more, being sick or being well? Because they're both going to take time. They're both going to cost money. One's going to make you happier. One's going to make you less happier too. So it's just a mindset to think of. And I know it takes a lot of effort. So I don't want to negate that fact. I put a lot of my time and energy into trying to stay healthy and well but I think the rewards will pay off in the end.
I absolutely. It's kind of like the adage, and we do have a question I'm going to go to in a second.
Yeah.
Like choose your hard. It's like relationships are hard. Health is hard. Having a family is hard, and they're all beautiful things. So it's just like whether or not you put in the work or not, it's gonna wind up being hard. So like have some silver linings and beauty within it to celebrate your hard work rather than sitting back and saying like, yeah, this is so hard. Heck yeah, it is. Either way it is. But I just know, not everyone's super sensitive to food, but you have to just look into what's going into your food because it can just add up and cause long-term problems. So please, everybody, think about it like that. But not everyone is sensitive to food. I'm sensitive to food. I can tell the difference if I eat organic stuff. I just can. Not every single organic, apple or cereal or whatever you eat makes you feel like $1,000,000. There's some brands that I don't even buy because I go, the one that's not organic but clean makes me feel better than this organic option. So it's not just about the organic label. How do you feel within the food? And just research your food and know about your food because it's your fuel. It's your fuel for your daily energy. Anyway, that's me spieling, but
No, I agree. I mean, I think a lot of people have food sensitivity. They may not even be aware of it just because of the way food is so processed. So we have to be really careful, especially in America. We have to be careful with like wheat and gluten because of the way that it's processed and things compared to like Europe. It's less processed. We talked about that on another show. So like after our other show we did on this several months ago, I always make sure that if I have to buy pasta, and I don't eat the pasta myself, but if I have to buy it for somebody else, I'm going to buy imported from Italy. And I'm like, I'd rather spend a little bit extra on that and then I'll cut back somewhere else to afford the good one that's not going to make somebody sick.
Order from Italy and make sure the pasta looks rough and it's pale and less egg yolks are supposed to be in it. And for most pasta, you're not going to find egg yolks unless it's egg pasta. Like, the egg noodles. But you want it to be pale, right? So there's all these distinctions, right? We talked about it. It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Okay.
But
we did have a question.
We do have a question. I want to say hello to everybody coming on in though for a second.
I saw Colin too.
Colin. Yeah. Colin.
Hi, Colin.
Colin, Christina, Michelle, Trish. Thank you everybody for coming on in. And Jennifer also was talking about how some of these topics of the energy and like the depletion were coming up. So Jennifer's on right after we are, like literally at 5:00 with Michael Christopher. So Jennifer, continue the conversation for us, please.
It's good. But there are health things you can do because like from a biological point of view, energy is ATP, right? It comes, we get it in our cells, make it through the mitochondria, right? It's adenosine triphosphate, right? And those things decline with age, but you can do things to increase them, right? You can do things to increase your energy through diet, through supplements, through exercise, through, meditate. All of these things can help keep your internal biological system working optimal. So aging doesn't have to be this like horrible thing that happens to you. Actually can do things to slow it down or even reverse it these days because there's so much like state of the art stuff out there and things we didn't know that you can do that we didn't know about before, those kinds of things. So there's a lot you can do. So taking care of your body is like a really excellent way to have more energy and moving your body too. however, whatever you physically can do, go to your doctor if if you haven't exercised in a while, make sure you're fit, all that good stuff. But we can all start with baby steps. If like in your diet, there's like a bunch of stuff in there that's not good for you. Just start by taking one thing out and putting one good thing in. Just with the one, wait a few weeks and then move on to the next one. Because if you do it all at once, you're going to probably crash out in a few days, right? You could start with walking, just a house or two and then back. It's like you can do little baby steps and then add, and chances are that will create a habit that will last over time. But then you realize, like I realized too, the difference in moving my body gives me like the endorphins, right?
Yeah, that's
Or
documented. It's true.
yeah, if I go, we have like sort of what do they call it, kind of like medical spas, and they do like vitamin IVs and injections, right? And I noticed that if I go get um, oh gosh, there's my brain. See, I'm tired from last night. What's it called? That one I get. I'll remember
Vitamin,
it.
is
Yeah,
it a vitamin C?
it starts with a G. Hold on.
Oh,
My brain.
glutamine.
It's close to that. Glutathione.
Thank
So
you.
if I get a glutathione, like I feel really, really good within like a day or two after it's like moved through my system. Plus it's like, it's really good for, because it's part of like the ATP, right? And I notice how good I feel afterwards. And I start wondering, like, if that made me feel this good and I hadn't done it, I probably would have psychoanalyzed how I was feeling for however long. You know what I mean? From a mental, psychological, or emotional perspective, which isn't wrong. That's a real thing. But it wouldn't have necessarily solved the problem as quick as that nutrient did. Does that make sense? So it like made me very keenly aware of that we may sometimes be working in a place that's not as optimal as where we could put. So if we can spend a little attention onto every little, the body, the mind, the emotions, and the spirit, then imagine what we could do.
We need
Yes.
like help, and not just to stay in our heads. We need to like have resources
Yeah.
because we spiral in our heads. It's true. So
Right.
like we'll keep trying and keep doing things. Don't just think that it's not
Right.
working. We're meant to evolve and grow. Just keep trying what works for you, your energy, your body. I want to
Yeah.
acknowledge, so like Tammy was talking about lentil pasta, and Edel Dell was talking about zucchini noodles in place of
Yeah.
pasta. So like in the last show, we were talking about pasta is not great because in the United States, like wheat has been altered a lot. It's very difficult to find good wheat, and so a lot of the
Yeah.
digestible wheats are from other countries, and that there's different reasons for that. We talked a little bit about that, so be careful with wheat. And also we were talking about earlier with organics because of glyphosate is sprayed on non-organic vegetables, and that's highly dangerous and cancerous, and there's studies
Mhm.
backing that up too with how it affects people. So everybody, we were just talking
Yeah.
about food, but within the pyramid, like sleep's the most important with how it affects the body, then it's food, and then it's exercise, and you need the trifecta of three.
Right. Yeah, you can see just from me not getting enough sleep last night because I had so much fun at the concert. Like my brain took a minute to catch the to catch what I was saying. So it just shows you just that little bit of a difference, just an hour or two difference can make a huge. And so it's like making that's a whole that we could spend an hour just talking about that too. But yeah, they genetically modified the wheat back in the 1950s. They were worried about starvation, so they made it shorter, stockier, so that wind and things, But the chromosomal composition of it is hugely different than what it once was back in the day too. So but yeah, I'd hate to see people spending thousands of dollars in one area if they were just like deficient in vitamin D or B12 or iron or something like that would have cost $5 or $10 to get a decent quality vitamin from the store. Like it's and not that both don't help. They do certainly, but if you're missing that one component, then this one's not going to give you as much of the benefits.
Let's really quick. Let's go to the
Mm.
question though,
Yeah.
with Michelle up. But yeah, like please These are important things. These really are.
Yeah. And that, I mean, I'm a healer. I did give energy healing, but I don't want somebody spending thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on healing with me if they're deficient in a nutrient, which you could find out from going to your doctor and getting a blood test, right? That would be money worth spending, in my opinion. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
CPTSD, what does that stand for?
I think it's chronic post-traumatic stress.
Oh, post-traumatic stress disorder. I am not an
What
expert.
advice?
I am not an expert in that, but I can probably say that almost all of us have been through trauma of some sort and have some kind of residual physiological effect from that too. So, nervous system response. Now again, I'm not an expert this, so it's but
For
I
everyone
have,
who's just listening, some people might not have seen the question. They might
yeah.
just be listening to us. So just so they know the question, what advice would you give to help reset your nervous system after dealing with chronic post-traumatic
Mhm.
stress for years and then worse after the loss of our
Yeah.
son?
And I'm so sorry, Michelle, for the loss of your son, too. So, what I do know is what stress does to the body is really challenging, especially over time. So, things get very depleted, and your body's been running in survival mode. So, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, high levels of cortisol have been running through your body. So, we need to get you then into the parasympathetic nervous response. So, there's the sympathetic, which is fight, flight, running from the bear. Then there's the parasympathetic response, which is the rest and relaxation, the right. And that's where breathing. So breath work, you might want to investigate meditation. Um, I think across the board, we all know meditation is good. And some people do active meditation, like they do walking, and that's their active meditation if they can't handle the sitting. If they are, and if you just fall asleep, that's okay too. That means your body is relaxed, right? Too. And so we want to get the cortisol levels down. That is something you can get checked medically as well to find out like where your cortisol levels at. You can check your C-reactive protein, I do believe, as well, to see kind of where you're at there. But those things can be helped through diet, exercise, breath work, maybe yoga, maybe stretching, therapy or coaching. So you have a place for all of your emotional stuff to start getting worked out. And that helps too. I'm a very fan of what I like to call, this is kind of my little wording I made up, is um, conscious immersion. See, there I am, conscious immersion. And that's where you're feeling your feelings consciously. So instead of running for them or trying to distract yourself from them, or being afraid of them, you allow yourself to feel the emotion. You become the witness to your emotion. So you're still consciously aware that you're putting yourself into the feeling. This may be too much if you're in intense PTSD, but this is just something that I practice personally so that when I have a feeling, but I've learned to do that as emotional regulation and emotional management over time. And so I have found when I allow my emotions to move through my body versus trying to shift out of them or not feel them, because they're always going to keep nagging at you. I have another phrase that I says, what you run from will chase you, right? So if we're running away from our emotions, from our experiences and not witnessing them, not feeling them, not experiencing, that energy never has a chance to actually move through your system. And so then your psyche will learn that you're not going to die because you're feeling sad. But the psyche, the ego part of you might feel like it's going to be annihilated if it has to experience a certain emotion too. I always encourage safe spaces, creating an environment around you that feels safe. So being around people that make you feel safe. So you feel like you can be yourself with them. You feel like your needs can get met. You can communicate your needs without that being, say, gaslit against you or something like that too. So there's a lot of different things, and just you can just start with a little step at a time. So I love that you're doing the walking too. And grieving takes time. So I'm so sorry about your son again. Grieving takes time too. I know that's hard, but I want you to be happy and healthy um, and feel alive too. I want that for you. I want you to feel alive. Yeah. Tapping emotional freedom techniques. Yeah. To do the emotional release as well. Do you want to add anything, Kelly? I've been
Yeah.
talking for a while.
Hey, it's on. It's on the top of your energy, ready to go. I think that there are many ways to heal. And Michelle, so it's kind of, I think you could watch back and replay some of the things that Jennifer just said, and she was commenting on the
Sympathetic
parasympathetic.
or sympathetic nervous system.
I can't talk right up. Parasympathetic. You're gonna have to help me with my ABCs.
We're both a little tired today.
Sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic, and yours is in overdrive because you've been through a lot, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And there's different ways to do things. So there's like internal and like external, and sometimes we're not able to do the external and sometimes we're not able to do the internal. So like kind of first identify where you're having the most difficulty with, because you want to go to the area you have the most ease with. So the first thing I suggest, and this might not be applicable or this might be the best first step, is evaluate your internal. And so that's going to take breath work, like as a route like Jennifer suggested, or meditation of your like making sure that you are slowing things down. And breath is huge. I highly suggest like biofeedback. That's usually covered by insurance. And it basically, like it's a doctor who evaluates your breathing rate, your blood pressure, and sees your natural stress baseline. And through breath work, actually, like different types of breath work, they help you like calm things down, and they like evaluate your baseline and see how much it's changing and if it's working for you. So it's something that's like really covered by insurance. Usually that helps you understand those parts of yourself. Yes, that's an external, like going to see a doctor. Yes, but if you can do the meditation and the breath work on your own, if there's a practice that you return to every day, that will help hugely. You just have to have the right type of breath work for you and the right length of meditation for you, because your mind's spiraling, and your meditation work can actually give you peace and answers. And your nervous system's going up and down, and that breath work or that calmness is going to help all of a sudden you not focus on outside things, and find the internal homeostasis for you. But again, that might not be possible. So I'm really highlighting how something so simple is so healing, and a lot of people don't give themselves the time to explore that. So I'm just putting that out there. Then there's the external. So I kind of talked about the homeopathic, even though that is internal and external. But the external is really important because I would put yourself around community. So when our nervous system is not working from chronic PTSD, what happens is we want to borrow other people's nervous systems responsibly. So we spend time like around our friends who have really calm nervous systems and are really loving and calming and healing, like maybe maternal figures even. Or we find classes where they're healing, or we find a Reiki master or a sound therapist or a coach or a therapist, any type of therapist, right? Like, psychologically or maybe more artistically or metaphysically, but we borrow their nervous system and they set pace for us and they hold space and they start to regulate us. So when we can't do it ourselves, we invite community in, whether it's a solo leader or we're in a group of other people. And what happens is the energy amplifies and we all get regulated together. And I think highly suggest that route, because it seems like you're going external already with all the walking, and you walking by yourself. That's really good for your body, but your body needs something more. So that's the route I would really highly suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
love
talked
that.
a lot too, so thank you for being patient.
I do know B vitamins are very important for the nervous system as well. So something to investigate as well too. So a lot of people benefit from B vitamins. It helps with their nervous system and managing stress, like B6, B12, etc. And some people can have difficulties in absorbing B12, and there's a test you can get for that to find out if you're one of them as well too. And there it is, the hug, sending you an extra angel. I was just going to say, find somebody that gives good hugs. Like I have a family member and he'll hug you for like 30 seconds to a minute, and you feel your nervous system drop. It is the most healing thing. I would take that over something else, like, because I'm amazed at what that does. And I think studies show we're supposed to have like 4 a day. So like that's scientifically proven. I do believe that hugs are healing to you, and that they relax the nervous system too, somebody holding you, because it shows you that we're human beings and we can't be 100% self-reliant all the time. We need each other, like Kelly was saying, to have emotional support through your friends, through people who have that grounded energy that make you feel safe. Yes, your dog, exactly. Maybe get a massage. I think you said his birthday's coming up in a couple of days, love. Maybe get a massage on that day too, because that would be really good for your nervous system too. Yeah. Purring cat. Yes, I love that.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spending time with animals. Yeah. Yeah. I understand. We've all been through different kinds of trauma. And it takes time to heal. I spoke with a doctor in regards to somebody else that I know who said that however long it took you to get to this space is how long it takes to heal. She was a rheumatologist, I think. And it was very comforting actually to hear that. Some people might think, oh no, it's going to take me as long to heal as it took me to get sick, and they would be worried about that. But actually, it's comforting because you want to rush. Sometimes we try to rush wellness, and then other people want to rush our wellness too. People just want you to feel better because they love you, but they also want you to feel better because it's hard. Because it's hard for all of us to not feel better, and we want to rush it. We want it to be now, and it's like this is where we have to give ourselves some grace. And so, knowing that healing is a process that takes a certain amount of time for the body to regulate. So, for example, so give yourself some grace and be with other people who will give you that grace too, who will be patient with you. It's like, okay, now you're over the worst of it, but we still need that patience. You still need that understanding. And for example, when I got the iron put back in my system, you would think, and even the doctors would be like, oh yeah, you'll be fine. Just put the iron back in and you'll be all fine. It wasn't that way. The iron depletion had affected my body in ways over time. And now my body, it had all of the factory, it had all the ingredients back in the factory, but the factory had to chug it its way back in. All the nuts and bolts had to get going too, because I hadn't been producing enough oxygen in my body for a long period of time, right? And so it took time for me to heal. And then at the same time, I was going through a lot of life changes. When that happened, it took time for me to heal and a lot of effort and work, but it was a payoff. So I just say that I share that with all of you too, because there's grace involved with this too, and patience with self and with each other. So if you know somebody who's recovering from something, they've got out of the hospital or the doctor's given them the clear, it's still going to take some time. So we just be patient and kind with each other. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there are things that, I'm healing from that have trickled from 20 years ago. And so on and so forth, like things that linger or things that come back and and things that we I'm just going to put it like that. So the length of time just shows we're healing. It's just true. Like I'm healing. And if all of a sudden we get over it, great. For whatever reason, and maybe you know it, like, wow, this one was easier for me to navigate. That just means I'm strong in that area. So you're either strong or healing. That's what I think. I don't think there should be any shame over if it takes somebody a long time to heal. Um, I think if people aren't trying and they have given up, they need some love and encouragement. And the soul has to be on board. If the soul is not on board and your motivation and your will and your morale is gone, we have a problem. We have a problem because then that's your spark. That's your starting line, and maybe we have to get that back here and there. But that's where it's all at. But yeah, I think we're either strong or we're healing. That's what I think.
Yeah. You're welcome, Michelle. Nancy was saying we need to check in with our friends when they've gone quiet just to make sure because sometimes they may be in it and they're not reaching out too, right?
It's true.
So,
It's
yeah, thank
true.
you, Nancy.
It's true. It's true. And we're closer to some people than others, but if we ever get some intuition, it doesn't hurt to check in on our people, whether that we consider them our people or not. I guess just if you have intuition, check in on people. But try to give light when you can, even if they're not super close or you're not in close proximity, like physically or emotionally. But definitely your people, checking on
Mhm.
your people. Yes.
Yeah,
I say that because I know of people that I'm not really close to, and I can just feel like, oh, I should check in on them. And I just go,
yeah,
but I'm not that close to them, but I feel compelled to check in on them. So it's
yeah,
weird how things come up and you get signs, or if you don't get signs, just check in on your people.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and it
Michelle's
can
saying
be,
absolutely, yeah, because her dad passed by suicide, and she's saying absolutely check in on them. So we just, and this is all mindfulness. This is all like developing mindfulness, and we get mindfulness by doing all of this stuff that we've been talking about. It's a whole approach. I know it's a lot, especially if you guys are parents. I know how much work it is to take care of another human being, let alone yourself. But if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to be harder to take care of a human being. I get it, because you're responsible for this other human being. You're responsible for what they're eating, their emotions, their lifestyle, their eyes, their hair, their nails, their skin, everything. There's so many details that go involved into that. And then you're trying to take care of you on very little sleep. I get how hard that is to just do the best that you can and make sure you have a good support systems around you and reach out when you need to. I think we might need a part two, Kelly. It went by really fast, and I'm looking at the
oh
time, and I know
God, I
Michael
remember.
Christopher has to go on soon with Jennifer Lee. So maybe we
Yeah,
could do a part two if
oh
you
my
guys
God.
are interested and live your best life. Part two, 2026.
Wasn't even looking at the time. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
To wrap it up in just a minute, I was in La La Land, apparently. I was thinking about not that, I was thinking about other things. Yeah, the thing that I was thinking about just flew out of my head because now I'm aware of the time. But, yeah. Oh, there's a saying that I take care of me so I can take care of you. So
Yeah.
if we're taking care of ourselves when we want to be, whether it's the superhero or just a good friend, however, you long for or do, um, that's possible if only you take care of yourself. If only you take care of yourself. So please make that pretty
Yeah, it's like the
special.
oxygen mask. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before, because otherwise, on the plane, like remember they say on the plane, you need to put the oxygen mask on you first. Because if you put it on your kid first, then you're going to pass out. You can't take care of your kid. So that's why you got to put. So it's a good reminder too. So, um,
Self-care is pretty special.
yeah,
Self-care is
self-care is it's huge. It's one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself, to all of the people that you care about, that you're closely connected to, and to that which created you and brought you into this world too. So it's a huge gift all around too. It's not selfish. It's actually helpful in many ways. So I know it's a lot, but maybe a consideration just to close us up for now is put things down on a list of the different areas and take things a little step at a time that you can too. So for example, I'm going to do some technological cleanup too, and I my computer was acting funny, so I'm changing my passwords and things like that. And those are always like, it's like changing your batteries and your smoke detectors. Those are good things to do, to take the time to do them, because they take care of you and the people around you too. And then just without judgment, just take a look at like all the different parts and where you might be able to make some small steps, and then see where you end up, because you might be surprised how those small steps add up. And then 6 months from now, you're going to be like, wow, I actually am feeling better, and like life is moving better, and I'm starting to see some results. And this makes me want to keep going, because there is that saying, God helps those who helps themselves. And of course, sure, God helps everybody. But when we make the effort to change on our own without it being sort of forced upon us, and we make the conscious effort to do it, it seems like life has a way of, throwing you some perks. And maybe it's
Yes.
just the results that you see, but maybe some other energy moves in your favor as well. So like you see the results, like, oh, my body feels better. Like for me, I'm feeling better. I can sit straighter longer because I've been exercising, religiously for the last year now. And like, so that makes me really happy. But some other energy could be moving in another way that I'm not even aware of because I made the effort to. So just some thoughts to leave you all with. Thank you all for listening to us. Thank you, Kelly, for making this time for me and for us and for everybody amongst
Absolutely.
your busy schedule.
We all have busy
Yeah.
schedules. We're doing the best we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
For sure, positivity is contagious. Absolutely, Mary. So people are saying part 2. So we'll come back with part 2
Yay.
of the discussion. Thank you for
Thank you.
the encouragement for a part 2. We
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yay. That makes me
I want
happy.
to yeah, absolutely. I want to say hello to Heather. Hey, Heather, it's great to see you. And gosh, I was going to say something I don't know what I was going to say. Apparently, my brain has gone to mush.
We're
Thank
both
you.
tired. We're both tired today. I was up super late having fun last night, so I did not get enough sleep, but
Yeah, the
it's
Duran Duran
okay.
concert.
I
Duran.
know, it was so much. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
But please, everybody, be well. Self-care is king. It really is. That's what this episode's all about. We will see you in just a couple minutes for Jennifer Lee and Michael Christopher's Spiritually Imperfect. They're going to be doing readings. So people who are interested in readings, it's coming up. They do mediumship readings. Stick around, and then we will see you for that. Until then, go with love, luck, and
real
light.
quick, Kelly, really quick. Sorry.
Okay, we gotta go, but go ahead. And then I'll close.
Embracing Infinity will be back next Friday. We're going to be discussing telepathy with my guest, Vaidehi Priyal. I probably said that wrong, but it's going to be really exciting. So Embracing Infinity will be back next Friday, and then go back to, sorry, Kelly, I interrupted.
Check out Embracing Infinity with Jennifer, and that's Fridays at 12 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes. Please go with love, luck, and light, and don't forget to live, everybody. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.